Hello and welcome to Enlighten Corporation. My name is Austin and I will host today's lesson. This lesson I will talk about the stock market, the terminology you need to know before you start investing, and some simple steps to begin. So before we begin this video, I would like to say one thing. The stock market is one of the best ways you can put your money towards something and invest it, because leaving it in the bank and having it just sit and collect barely any interest, over time you're going to collect like $1, maybe $2. But when you invest into the stock market, your money can go up pretty fast. Yes, there will be green days where you gain money, but there will also be red days. It's not always just going to be green, guaranteed money. So do your research, invest in great stocks, and in my later videos, I'll tell you some great stocks to invest in. But for this video, we're just going to give like a little brief rundown on what the stock market is, some terminology you need to know, and people like Jerome Powell, like people you need to listen to, because people like Jerome Powell, their voice has a lot of meaning towards this market. So without further ado, let us begin. Welcome to Enlighten Stock Market. What is the stock market? Well, the stock market is a place where investors can buy and sell publicly held companies. The stock market consists of different markets and exchanges, such as the NYSE or NASDAQ, that operate under a set of regulations. The stock market represents the fractional ownership in a company and provides liquidity and price transparency to investors. The U.S. stock market is regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. One quick little thing I forgot to add is the stock market's open 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's open Monday through Friday unless if there's a holiday like President's Day, for example, or Martin Luther King Day. So, quick little addition. So let's say you want to start investing in the stock market. Well, the first thing you need to do is either open a self-directed investment account. Personally, I use Fidelity, and you can easily do this online, or you can open a brokerage account like Vanguard. But if you don't want to do it online and you don't want to go in an office, you can go to your nearest bank, the bank you use, and ask for information there. So after that, once you open your account, you then want to put money into it, however much money you want to invest. Then what you need to do is find a company that you feel like will get you the most, all right? So say you want to do Walmart, you want to invest in Walmart. Well, the first thing you need to do is find the stock ticker symbol. What a stock ticker symbol is a unique code that identifies a stock on an exchange. In this case, Walmart is WMT. Once you find the stock ticker symbol, you then want to buy a share of either the example that I'm giving you with Walmart or whatever company that you like. Just make sure to do your research, because you want to find a good company to invest in. And it doesn't matter how much money you put into it. All that matters is you begin. That's one thing. So what a share is it represents units of ownership in a corporation or financial asset owned by investors who exchange capital in return for these units. So with a stock, you can either buy a non-dividend stock or a dividend stock. The difference between the two is a non-dividend stock, they don't give you no quarterly payments for owning a share. But with a dividend stock, they give you quarterly or monthly payments for each share of the company you own. So every single quarter, so a quarter, there's 4 quarters in a year. 3 months is each quarter. So each quarter they give you X amount, all right, for owning each share. So say you own 5 shares and the dividend rate is $1. You have $5 each quarter, but over the 4 you get $20. 4 quarters you get $20. So that's what a dividend is. So some little tips that I will give you, whether you're a beginner in the stock market or you're just looking to begin in the stock market, is don't watch the market every single day. The market's going to go up, the market's going to go down. There's no predicting, oh, I want to buy it at this exact price. There's no predictions. Just buy your share and just wait for it to grow over time. So don't watch the stock market every single day stressing yourself out. But when the market does dip quite significantly, you then want to try and bring down your average cost basis. What average cost basis is pretty much right where your even line is. So like say it's 164.55 and it dips below and your share is 163, you're in the negative. But if you're in the positive, like 165, you are then in the positive. But when the stock dips, so say 164.55 and it's at 150, you want to buy at 150 so that cost base average goes down, and then maybe your cost base average is 155 instead of 164 now. So if that all makes sense, that's what you want to do when the stock dips. But other than that, another key thing you really want to pay attention towards is what the Fed says and what Jerome Powell says. There's always Fed meetings. They always want to either raise interest rates or decrease interest rates. So pay attention to what the Fed says, and also pay attention to what's going up here and not just being blinded and just investing in these stocks. So besides all that information and the tips that I have given you, that brings an end to this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you kind of now understand a little bit about the stock market. That was the intention of this video. I didn't want to get too in-depth about things, but I hope you learned, and in my future videos we will go more into depth about some terminology and whatnot, and what stocks to buy and what are some good stocks. Just keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I will never claim to be. I'm just trying to give you some good stocks, that eventually in the long run will go up. But anyways, besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. And don't ever, ever forget to always, now do it with me. You know what's coming. Don't always forget. Don't ever forget. My bad. Don't ever forget to always stay enlightened. Do it with me.